Virtual reality has seen a massive boom within the past few years, with a major contributing factor being Mark Zuckerberg buying Oculus Rift in 2014. Since then, a plethora of VR games have been released, along with major titles offering VR versions, such as Skyrim, who is famously one of the first games to hop on the trend. However, the one major con of playing in virtual reality has always been the space limitations. Players are required to either play in a map the size of a room, or control movement in the game while they are static, such as by swinging their arms. Personally, I feel this takes away from what virtual reality is all about. If you're taken out of the experience by not being able to feel like you're actually in the game, then what's the point of forking out a few £100s for the console in the first place? The answer to this problem increasingly seems to be omnidirectional treadmills. First making an appearance in the zeitgeist of gaming culture in Ready Player One, omnidirectional treadmills offer the ability to run, fly, and fight in a virtual world whilst never moving position in the real one. The basic premise is a treadmill that can turn in any direction, allowing the player to be able to run in said direction. On paper, it is simple enough, but in practice, the industry has had a hard time overcoming the engineering challenges this presents. For example, one of the first attempts at an omnidirectional treadmill was a flat treadmill with many small strips running at right angles to each other. If you wish to go forward, all forward-facing strips would move, and left and right would move when you tried to go in those directions. However, the issue presented by this design was the response time by the treadmill. It can only start moving once the player has started running, and can only stop after they stop, leaving a few seconds delay in each case. While this may not seem like much, the disorientation for the motion active while not moving left the players virtually unable to play the game. This is when the new spherical treadmills entered the market. Spherical omnidirectional treadmills are in the shape of an inverted dome, meaning players slide their feet around the dome and sensors within are able to register that as movement and translate it into the in-game environment. As well as this, instead of having the stock ring around the players holding them in place, like many treadmills have done in the past, which can restrict movement of the arms, spherical treadmills likely use a crane to hold the player from above, allowing for secondary functions like sitting down, driving a car in virtual GTA, or flying. With the first of these being released in 2016, and many more commercial products being released far more recently, you can be sure the big virtual reality games of the coming years will be integrating their games with them. It's certainly an exciting time for gamers and game developers everywhere at the moment. If you'd like to learn more about specific omnidirectional treadmills, I'll link to a few websites in the video description. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions for how I can improve the quality of my videos, please leave them in the comments description, as I know I still have a long way to go.